Gamer Type Originals.
It's time for something brief. id's new Doom feels like a greatest hits album. I'm not talking about one of those crummy 20th Century Masters compilations that just scrape the singles and cash in, but a body of work that understands the artist's ideas and philosophies and compiles them into an elaborate form that serves as its own logical extension of the artist's work. Considering this game was about to become a Call of Duty clone before Bethesda said no and forced them back to formula, mining their best past work was probably the best option B. Of course, how much you love it is going to depend on how much you enjoy its tropes. With tongue planted firmly in cheek, Doom casts you as legendary Doom Marine who awakens in the midst of a demonic invasion summoned by cult leader Olivia Pierce. UAC Administrator Sam Hayden, who sounds a lot like Peter Cullen and exists inside a robot, is guiding you across this facility to stop her from forging a permanent portal to Hell. When you realize this facility exists to mine energy from Hell as a next-generation power source, it's pretty clear that nothing could have possibly gone wrong. Doom banks on this self-awareness pretty well. If the Doom Marine weren't so belligerent, the story would have been just as grim as Doom 3's. Doom has fairly large levels that are sectioned into temporary arenas where the doors lock and you knock down waves of demonic baddies until the game tells you to stop. If you look just beyond the beaten path, there are also plenty of collectibles. Just like Gremedy's games, sitting still is dangerous, and Doom forces you forward with melee glory kills to regain health after staggering an enemy. The trade-off comes when you get more destructive weapons that tend to blow enemies away before you can sweep in for the recovering kill. Along with never needing to reload your weaponry, these are very clever design choices. From the first moment I saw this game, it looked like a sequel to Doom 3, a technically impressive shooter shrouded in nearly complete darkness. Combined with its slightly non-linear map designs, it's super easy to get lost in Doom's mazes of dark machinery. There's a lot of detail in these levels, and even with the departure of technical genius John Carmack, Doom looks incredibly impressive, although with a pair of 970s in this machine, the framerate did start to hitch when I got to Hell. Just like the good old days, you're seeking out yellow, blue, and red keys while scrubbing the mini-map to find the way forward. But as a kid whose parents didn't let him play Doom in its heyday, I don't have a whole lot of reverence for those good old days. There's also no shortage of platforming, so if you're into that, well, enjoy. This return to formula may have been a good nostalgia play, but it feels like a step back from the open and organic confrontations of their last game, Rage. Then again, I realize I'm one of a handful of people who love that game. I almost didn't give Doom a chance. Spending the first hour with your pea shooter, chasing down nimble imps with a sparsity of ammo for your more effective shotgun isn't fun. In fact, I committed the blasphemy of ditching my keyboard and mouse for my old reliable Xbox 360 controller, and it works out pretty well. The other big issue I have with Doom is that it feels a lot like the campaign I played 12 years ago with the same fuzzy industrial soundtrack. Sure, the moment-to-moment action and engine under the hood are different, but it feels like I've crawled through this dark Mars facility before. In fact, I think I might have enjoyed Doom 3's slower pace better, even if I didn't think it was all that great of a game. This game has multiplayer, and I realize it's been nearly 20 years since an id game has set standards in that arena, but having played both the alpha and the beta, I can say it works. It's nothing mind-blowing, but it works. With Doom, id did what it needed to survive, and with so many luminaries churned out of the studio in the past decade, I wonder if they can make a good step forward that isn't also a step back. It's the Tim Cook problem. While longtime game journalists are hailing this as some kind of masterwork, I genuinely can't fall in love with it. I can think of a lot of scenarios that a demonic invasion would be compatible with, like a neon downtown district under some Martian bubble, but I guess that's an adventure for another Doom game.